I am so glad you are here. We're continuing our chat on Divine Saturdays with numerology. Here's our basic number chart. You can use others, they're allowed, but we're going to stick to the basics today for in the hopes that you all get to join on board and figure it all out with us. So, we've been going over what things mean. So, we've done the consonants of the name of the store, being that we really want to present joy and happiness to folks. The full number, what's our purpose here? Five, adventure. And our inner self here at the store, being a one, so being about possibilities, having the adventure of being your own person. And I thought, well, if you're doing your name, you might want to know what some of the numbers mean generally. So I thought I would grab one of our numerology books. This one is the Big Book of Numerology. It's by Shirley Blackwell Lawrence. And I thought I'd go over her definitions. I also would recommend looking at the definitions of numbers by Aleister Crowley because he has a very short, concise essay that I think is definitely worth a read. I know for some people, Aleister Crowley is a scary dude. Trust me, by today's standards, he would be fine. He was just adventurous in his day. But that said, let's look at the numbers 1 through 9, which you can break everything down to in numerology as you are adding together the numbers, the digits, until you have finished adding them until you get down to one number, usually a single digit number, although some of the double digit numbers have special meanings too. So here, for example, you can see how I added stuff up. So 1, definitely about adventure, about leadership, about being active and ambitious, and just having a taste for life, wanting to go on the adventure. On the negative side, maybe a little stubborn, a little selfish, a little aggressive about wanting those things. So if you're a 1, that's what to watch. But if you're a 1, also embrace life. That's what you're here for. 2, second one, number 2, cooperation, friendship, being helpful, being somebody who can negotiate or be diplomatic, if you will, if there's a conflict somewhere in the world around them. On the negative side, ooh, they are so easy to cut to the quick. A 2 means you might be a little bit of a delicate flower. I'm sorry. It's okay if you are. Just know that about you and take a breath when you think you're being insulted because it might not be you at all, and that's okay. Just take a breath and be ready to go with the flow, is all I would say. It's also possible if you're a number 2 and you're not feeling at your best, you might be a little indecisive, might have a tough time with those kinds of decision making tasks. So be warned. If you're a 3, humor, you guys are funny. You see the completeness of life and you enjoy it, but also impulsive. You might leap to some conclusions. And as much as you might be enthusiastic, good communicator, you also might be easily bored. Maybe, not the most conscientious in terms of conserving what you have. You might blow through your paycheck a little faster if you're a 3 than on average. 4, number 4, discipline and family come first. These guys like order, neatness. They will work hard to get the job done, but 4s can also be a little dry. It can be tough to find their humor and their sense of humor. And they can be a little stern. They like order, so they can be a little crisp about that, right? 5s. 5s are adaptable. 5s will definitely want to go with the flow. They will be brave in awkward situations and take the leap. They'll be adventurous. They can also be a little impatient in life, though. So delayed gratification, not the strong suit of the 5, but leaping into the gratification, yes, there we go. There's your 5. Number 6 tend to be the artistic homebodies of the world. So a little more on the stay-at-home side, but also great visionaries, very much humanitarian in nature, and whether they express their artistic selves in the visual arts with painting or sculpting or through music, they're usually very expressive folks. They're kind of wonderful that way. Uh, They can, however, be like that parent who doesn't have kids at home anymore, and so they want to help you raise yours. They can be a little, they can try to insert themselves into situations that maybe aren't the best places for them to be. So that's the downfall of the six. But there's such great, like, homebodies and artists that there are people to be admired. Sevens, if you're, okay, that was six, this is seven. Sevens, whew, very intuitive by nature, good at teaching and explaining things. And also, there is this sort of quiet dignity that a lot of sevens carry with them. It helps you to pay attention because they'll let that pause sit there until they've captured the attention of everyone in the room, and then they'll go forward with what they're trying to teach people. It's kind of fun to watch. But on the downside for sevens, a little gossipy, maybe, little not always inclined to follow the rules if it's not to their advantage, things like that. But wow, watch them go when they're interacting with folks. It's amazing. Eights are usually ambitious. They might be really athletic too, but ambitious. They're the kind of people that take on what looks like too much to some folks, but they handle it brilliantly. They will balance those needs and get them met in a reasonable amount of time. It's sort of amazing. They can be a little impatient and they'll want those rewards to be pretty substantial and forthcoming. That it's not about, it did my soul good in the world of eight. It's more about, did it get me the Corvette? Okay, then we're good. And nine, our last number here. Think in terms of, for the positive side, think in terms of thinking about all of humanity. So they might not have a ton of interpersonal relationships, but their love for humanity will be really strong as a general rule. Very compassionate, very philanthropic, not selfish at all, perhaps a little dramatic when they're at their best. When they're at their worst, they don't know where to focus that love and compassion for the world around them. They get aimless. They get frustrated by life. They get frustrated because they're not quite getting those goals met. They thought they were going to help change the world for the better, and it's not quite turning out the way they wanted. And that can get to them. They can take that personally. But that's 1 through 9, all amazing numbers. I'm way over my time, guys, so I gotta stop. But this is Liz here at Megas Books in Minneapolis and at megasbooks.com on behalf of myself and all of the staff here. We thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. We love seeing all of it. We look forward to seeing you here at the shop, which is moving very soon now to 2520 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, or on our website at megasbooks.com. Blessed be.